So welcome back to our final session of Dressage here today on FEI.tv for the Young Rider and Junior FEI European Eventing Championship. We're concluding the day with our final chunk of competitors from the Young Rider class. We've had a fantastic start to the afternoon, but we'll be concluding with about 10 or so more tests this afternoon before we continue on to tomorrow's dressage here in Montelibretti. As it currently stands out in front, the score to beat 28.60 from Charlotte Bordas and Firewall de Ussels Z from France. And whilst we were on our break, we had a few more scores come in from our previous competitors, like our score from Paula Reinstoff and Ilara W for Germany. 69.048 from E, 70% from C and 71.190 from M. Total percentage 70.08 and a penalty score 29.90. So our top three at the moment all sub 30. We have only had 3 sub 30 scores, but what will we see from our next rider? On to the second rotation of team riders for Ireland. Heather O'Connor and HSH has it all. Bold medium trot, slight loss of rhythm at the end, but probably due to a bit of a spook down at the far end of the arena. This 12-year-old gelded by Puissance. We've seen some fantastic event horses through the levels by Puissance. Great start so far. Very positively ridden test at the moment. Lovely smooth transition down into the walk. Combination top 10 finish at the 2021 Young Rider European Championship out in Sweden. A lovely square halt before their rein back. Very straight rein back. A brisk walk off into this extended walk. Looking for this continued purpose in their extended walk. And a good overtrack from this walk. That's what these judges are looking for, relaxation, positivity, and these horses working and using their backs. Overtrack is a good indication of exactly that. This is their third Young Rider European Championships together. Didn't quite go to plan on cross country last year at Hartbury, but they're back here in Montelibretti this year to put things right. Nice simple change there across the middle of the arena. Another very smooth transition down into the simple change. Head start to come up a little bit through the walk transition. But even so, a good upward transition to canter. the first of their half pass. Now down into this stretch half circle. Lovely stretch. They had a great free walk, extended walk. And that stretch coming through again into their trot work. So completing their test there. Second team rider for Ireland. Heather O'Connor, HSH, has it all, back for their third European Championship.
Next to go, 78.
So we now turn our attentions to the next team rider for France, next to join us in the arena. It will be the turn of Salome Puso and Bost of Dressage. So we've had two French riders so far this afternoon, and it is in fact their individual rider who is currently out in front, Charlotte Bordas and Firewall Ukul Z, with that 28.60. That's the score to beat. Only 3 riders sub 30 at this current stage of competition. Positive entry there. For Salome Puso. Most of Dirjo, a 12-year-old gelding. Combination have been at the 3-star level since 2021. Making their way around to their rein back. Square with the front, not quite behind, but a straight rein back. Much harder in this young rider test than the junior test. And the rein back is in the middle of the arena, so a true test of the straightness of these horses. Good over track in this extended walk. Combination picked up a second place in Jardy in July this year. posted a 31.1, jumped double clear. Smooth, simple change. Heading up now to the top of the arena. The 10-meter circle was next for them. A bit abrupt in the downward transition, but very smooth in the upward transition on the simple change. Unfortunately, that slight break in the trot there in their half pass. Better half pass to the right. Good stretch down in their trot. Half circle there. So completing the test for France. I'm very happy indeed is Salome Puso. Can they make it a personal best at the level? Best so far at the level is 39.5. We've seen a few people post personal bests today, including our current leader, Charlotte Bordas, for France, and Firewall des Ussel Z. 28.6 the score for them. Well, on we go now to our next team rider for Great Britain. Great Britain currently the team young rider European champions from 2022. On home turf at Hartbury, they picked up that gold medal. And of course, their individual rider, Alice Casburn, picked up a bronze medal. Alice Casburn has gone on to do some wonderful things at 5-star level. Multiple top 5s, multiple top 10s. And this weekend you really are watching the stars of the future. Well, down the centre line now is the second rider for Team GB, Daisy Bathe and Mexican Wave. Very expressive medium trot. One of those movements where these riders can choose if they'd like to sit or rise.
Total point 438.5, percentage 68.02, negative points 52.
Mexican Wave, a 13-year-old by Billy Mexico. Combination picked up 4th place at Bicton Young Rider 3-star. That is in fact where they've picked up their personal best dressage score at the level 29.5. Good halt. just slightly coming behind the vertical in the rein back. Good over track in their extended walk. One of the key things we're looking for in that extended walk is the over track. Very swift transition back up to canter at C. Now for the medium canter. Being brave with the medium canter, showing a clear difference between that collection and medium. Responsive back to walk, and again back up to canter in the simple change. Judges looking for 3 to 5 steps of walk in the simple changes. Well, if you're looking for a combination that could do well on the final day, this is definitely a combination you should note down. They've not had a show jumping penalty since 2021, 9 consecutive international show jump clears. Nice half pass back off to the right. Now for our stretching half circle. Very nice stretch indeed. Really working over the back. And a great square halt to complete their test. Daisy Bathe, Mexican wave. They look absolutely delighted. Second team rider there for Team GB. Hoping to hold on to that team gold medal they picked up on home turf last year at Hartbury. Well, the score is in for HSH Has It All, Heather Connor from Ireland. They were our first rider back in after the break. From E, 65% exactly. From C, 70.238. And from M, 68.810. A total percentage score of 68.02. And a total penalty mark of 32.0. Into 5th place they head. Still the score to be 28.60 from Charlotte Bordas and Firewall Desocels Z. Our 3 riders sub 30 so far. One from France, like I've just mentioned. Great Britain's individual, Anya Strelowski and Kay in second with 29.40. Paula Reinshoff and Lara W from Germany, 29.90. Well, on we head now to our next team rider for Austria. And it's the turn of Helena Würmer and Innsbruck M. Nice medium trot to start their test off. Innsbruck M, this 13-year-old mare. Very smooth half circles. This mare likes to carry her neck a little bit longer and lower than we've seen other riders here today. But Helena, more than anybody, knows the best way to ride Innsbruck M. Making their way around now for their rein back. Good over track in this extended walk. Very smooth transition up to canter. Combination who were at the Junior Europeans last year at Hartbury. Picked up 30th last year at those Junior Europeans. Now taking the step up to the young riders. Huge achievement to be selected for the juniors in the year after into the young rider squad. Lovely transition back up to canter from the simple change. Helena working well to keep the rhythm on these circles. Positive upward transition. Now for the half pass. True test of straightness as they head back down the centre line for these half passes. And then of course they have to test the bend as they make their way across the arena in the half pass. Good stretch circle, that half circle there. back end of the test. A tiny little bit of fuss as they collect their reins and head up the centre line. But on the whole, a very fluent test there for Austria's Helena Würmer and Innsbruck M.
Termina la sua ripresa Helena Würmer, Innsbruck. Finisce al dressage test Würmer.
So scores are in for Salome Puso for France and Bathe de Jean. So from E 62.143 at C 65.174 and at M 65.476, 64.44 the total percentage mark, and that turns into 35.60 penalties. Into 12th place. So score still to beat from the French combination of Charlotte Bordas and Firewall Desocales Z, 28.60. Well, on we head now to the second team rider for the home nation, Italy here. It is the turn of Pasquale Migliaccio and Mivat Diramella. Lots of positivity in this first section of the test. Supple round on the half circles. Nice square hold before the rein back. Good positivity and a little bit more energy there on the second half of the extended walk. Smooth transition up to canter. Now for the medium. Good transition back down, showing that clear difference between the collected and the medium canter. Very smooth transition back down to the walk. Came slightly above the bit as it came up into the canter transition from that simple change. Lovely 10-meter circle there up at C. A bit of anticipation starting to creep in that simple change. Vatande Ramella, an 11-year-old. Pasquale and Vatande Ramella, a new combination this year. So a fantastic achievement to be selected for these FEI Eventing Young Rider European Championships within your first year of having a new horse. And it's been a very good start to their career together already. In the last 3 runs they've placed top 10 in all 3. Let's hope that streak continues this weekend. Good stretch down. You can see Pasquale just encouraging Vatande Ramella just to stretch the neck out a little bit more. So completing their test there, team rider for the home nation, Italy, Pasquale and Vatande Ramella. Well, a score in for Daisy Bathe, Mexican Wave. Part of that Great British team at E 69.286, at C 72.857, at M 68.333. So a total percentage score of 70.16 and a total penalty score 29.80. So 0.4 behind fellow Brit Anya Strakowski and Kay. Daisy Babe goes into second place. Anya still in, beg your pardon, Daisy goes into third. Anya's still in second. And out in front, Charlotte Bordas and Firewood Oko Z 28.60. That's the score to beat. Well, and we head now to the final team rider of the day before we move on to some of our individual riders. Final team rider of the day for the Netherlands, Sarah van Hoot and cross-border Raider Love. Cross-border Raider Love, a 10-year-old gelding. It's a combination top 45 at the Junior Europeans last year at Hartbury. Making that a step up to the young riders this year. Not quite square in the hole, but some good rein back steps. Good purpose in this extended walk. You want to see these horses marching on through in their extended walks. Smooth transition up to canter. Very nice downward transition in their simple change. And same again, back up to canter. Combination top 30 in the 3-star short at Arville last month. And in fact, top 20 back in June at Marsbergen in the 3-star short. Posting very smart 29.5 there, but the best they've had at the 3-star long level so far, 36.6. That was from Stragon this year. Into their final half pass to the right. Don't forget you can rewatch all of today's action from the dressage, the juniors and the young riders if you head to FEI.tv. You can catch up on all of today's dressage tests. Rewatch some of the stellar tests that we have had in this arena in Montelibretti. Well, completing her test there. Individual rider. Van Hoot and cross-border love, radar love from the Netherlands.
Andiamo dalla lettura invece del punteggio di Innsbruck e Helena Würmer l'asso gli dice Niente 125 gli dice 120 gli dice N730 punti.
So a score is in for Pasquale Migliaccio for Italy and Montelibretti Romella. So score from E 65.952, from C 67.857, and from M 68.810. So a total percentage score of 67.54. 67.54. That will give them 32.50 as their penalty score into joint 7th place. We in fact have 3 riders on 32.50. We have Alana Kelly Cooley Bounce from Ireland. We have our first rider who came after the break, Clara Hansa and Castanola. They were in fact the first rider to come in for our young rider dressage. And of course now Pasquale and Montelibretti Romella. But still out in front, Charlotte Bordas, Firewall Des equals Z. 28.6. That's the score to beat. So only 4 riders sub 30 so far. And it's all extremely close. But on we go now to an individual rider for Sweden. Wynja Eriksdotter Rubin. and Hakuna Matata 9.
Georgina, 132.5 total points, 425.5, percentage 67.44, 54, sorry, negative points 52 and 50.
So Hakuna Matata 9, one of the oldest horses, I think the oldest horse in this Young Rider European Championship this year, 19 years old. 5th at the Junior Europeans back in 2021. So youth championship experience under their belt, but their first time here at the Young Rider level.
Wynja Eriksdotter Rubin, Pasquale Migliaccio.
Very accurate smooth walk transition back at sea. Nice hold, not quite square with the back legs. Good over track in the extended walk. Combination, in fact, had success here at Montelibretti earlier on this year, back in March, in the 3-star short, picked up a top 10 place in there as they were 10th. So they know the venue. They jumped double clear. 32.9 was their dressage score then. And in fact were here even back in February this year for the 2-star short, as they picked up 6th place, finishing on their dressage score of 30.3. Very smooth canter transition back up from that simple change. Wynja Eriksdotter Rubin also competes at young rider level dressage with her dressage horse El Diablo. You can really see her dressage experience shining through. Craftsmanship within the whiteboards. And the accuracy. Judges looking for 3 to 5 steps there between the simple change. She did exactly 4. I spoke about event riders earlier on, also riding pure show jumping to aid their eventing. Well, they're also doing that with the dressage. We see the likes of Ingrid Klimke compete at Grand Prix level dressage as well as eventing. Hopefully we'll see the same here with Wynja Eriksdotter Rubin in the future. Into our trot stretch circle. Nice stretch down for the half circle. So completing their test, individual rider Wynja Eriksdotter Rubin, Hakuna Matata 9, the oldest horse in this young rider eventing European Championship at 19 years old. So claps and cheers you can hear there from the fellow support crew. Really does take a huge army of people to get these horses and riders to these European Championships fit and well. That's an achievement within itself. And then when the riders and the horses go and perform extremely well, it means a lot for the whole team. Well, a score in for Stereo van Hoot and cross-border Radar Love. So from E 68.333, C 67.143, and at M 66.905. Total percentage score of 67.46. Total penalty score, another one to finish on 32.50. Well, our judges talk about consistency. They are that indeed. 4 riders now on 32.50. This will make cross country day very, very interesting indeed. All to play for out there. But before we skip to cross country, we still have 5 riders left to go for today's dressage in this FEI European Eventing Championship for young riders. And of course we're back tomorrow with our second half of dressage for juniors and the young riders. As we see our next rider heading round the ring to join us, an individual rider from Spain. It's the turn of Carolina Rodriguez Pastor and Pluton de Llamosa.
Passiamo adesso a Salome Puso, della Mosas, 38, consegniamo number 13, Moses, Helena Würmer.
Positive entry there from Carolina. Pluton de Llamosa's 13-year-old gelding. This combination just outside the top 20 at the Junior Europeans last year at Hartbury. So taking that step up now to the young rider level. Already have that championship experience under their belt. From the level below. Just lost the angle of the shoulder ring very slightly in the middle of it, but regained it quickly. Square halt there before their rein back. Carolina making sure she doesn't rush, just taking her time before she sends Pluton de Llamosa into the rein back. Now you can just hear a very slight chomping of the bit, which is a slight sign of tension. She's She's doing well to manage in this extended walk. This combination finished on their dressage score at the 2-star in Jardy back in July. Carolina doing well to control the tension in the simple change, making sure they don't creep in any trot steps. Better walk steps in the middle of the simple change on the second time. Now they head round to their lateral work. On now to that half pass across the arena. Carolina's done a fantastic job throughout this whole test just to maintain calm and manage the tension throughout. Diane was just wanting to creep behind the vertical occasionally, but she's done a fantastic job of keeping this all under control. So completing their dressage, Carolina Rodriguez Pastor, Diamos, individual riders from Spain. As Carolina leaving the arena, we see waiting to join us next to come down the centre line. It's another individual rider for the home nation. So next to join us in the arena for Italy, it will be the turn of Maria D'Angeli's Corvi and Bungola Diamond Time. So starting their dressage now as an individual for Italy. Maria D'Angelis, Corvi and Bongola Diamond Time. Bongola Diamond Time, a 17-year-old gelding by Try Time. Combination have had a good start to their 3-star campaign this year. 2 top 10s at the 3-star level so far. One of them coming at Protoni del Vivaro back in June in the 3-star short, where they placed 9th there. Not quite square into the halt, but Maria worked her magic and then that front foot came forward. Combination average around the early 40s in the dressage. Good transition up to canter. Just rebalancing after that medium canter before they head into these 10-meter circles at either end of the arena. The rhythm very well on that first circle. Walk may have been a little touch early on that simple change, but very nice upward transition. Another good 10-meter circle at C. Got the 5 steps of walk in that simple change. Judges looking for 3 to 5 steps. And now into their half passes. So looking like a pleasant test so far. Heading round now to their stretch circle. Nice stretch down on that half circle. Well, completing the test there as an individual rider for Italy. Maria De Angelis Corvi and Bungola Diamond Time. As a score has come in for Wynja Eriksdotter Rubin and Hakuna Matata 9. We saw them ride earlier for Sweden. E 72.381%, C 70.952, M 68.571. So a total percentage score of 70.63 and a total penalty score 29.40. The same score as Anja Stravosky and Kay. So they work their way up into joint second place. Personal best dressage score at the level there for Wynja Eriksdotter Rubin and Hakuna Matata 9. And what better place to pull out a PB than a European Championship? So 5 riders now sub 30. Will we see a 6th before the end of our first day? Well, we will have to wait and see. Next rider to join us in the ring, an individual rider for Germany, Phillip Knack and Kokolares. Positive medium trot to start their test off. Into the first of the shoulder ins. Very fluently through the 2 half circles in the middle of the arena, straight back into a shoulder in. Some of these movements come up quite quick in this 3-star B dressage test. Very nearly a square halt there into a very straight rein back. Straightness really highlighted in this 3-star test. The rein back in the middle of the arena really shows if the rider has the horse straight, because there's no supports to help you stay straight. If the rein back was at, let's say, the letter C or A, you have that side of the arena to help guide you, but in the middle there, it really is down to the rider. Effortless transition up to canter. Kokolares is 11-year-old gelding. Very strong support team there. You can see all the German flags ready and waiting for when this test finishes. Fantastic camaraderie between these teams. Very nice simple change. Smooth but responsive. Combination have had very good 18 months. In the last 18 months, they've only been outside the top 20 once out of 6 runs. beg your pardon, they've had 6 runs this year, and they've been inside the top 10 for 5 of them. We'll be keeping a close eye on this score. Their personal best at the levels of 25.7 that they picked up at Le Moulin in June, where they placed 4th there. They jumped double clear in the 3-star long. There's the eruption of the German flags there. It's huge cheers for Ben, Phillip Knack and Kokolares for completing their dressage test. Individual riders for Germany. Well, a score in for Spain for Carolina Rodriguez Pastor and Pluton Llamos. From the judge E, 55.476%. Judge at C, 56.429%, and the judge at M, 58.810%. So that gives them a total percentage score of 56.90 and a total penalty score of 43.10. Into 19th place. So still out in front, one of our earlier competitors of the day, Charlotte Bordas and Firewall Ukazi, 28.60 their score. But we're moving on now to our final 2 riders of the day in this FEI European Eventing Championship for young riders. An individual rider coming forward now for Ireland. Ava Banahan and Helena Crown Jewels. So underway now for Ireland. Ava Banahan, Helena Crown Jewels. Coming down the centre line with purpose. That's what these judges like to see. They like these dressage tests rode with some positive energy. A slight loss of rhythm in the medium trot across the long diagonal, but well saved by Ava before there was a break to canter. Nice first shoulder in into our 2 half 10-metre circles. Helena Crown Jewels, 17-year-old mare. Nice straight rein back now for the extended walk. Helene Crown Jewels ridden to the 5-star level by Ellen Cameron. Now here with Ava, who picked up a great top 10 finish, 8th place at Gulki 3-star long in June this year. Smooth transition up to canter, ever so slightly, quarters in down the medium canter. Good upward transition from the simple change. A little bit of tension and anticipation creeping in into the canter work. Hindquarters swinging in a little bit again. Combination average around the mid-30s in their dressage. And now for the stretch on the long rein, the half circle at the end of the test. Stretch on the long rein becoming a key part of a lot of dressage tests right the way up through the levels. We saw it in our 2-star earlier today. We see it in the 5-star dressage tests. Really allowing the judges to see the horse, if the horse is working correctly through its back. Well, completing their test, Ava Banahan, Helene Crown Jewels for Ireland, competing as an individual. So a score is in for the Italian individual, Maria De Angelis Corvi and Bungola Diamond time from E62.381, from C67.381, and from M67.143, so a total percentage score there of 65.63. And that converts to a total penalty mark of 34.40. So now we head on to our final rider of the day in the FEI European Eventing Championship for Young Rider 2023. And our final rider coming forward is an individual rider from Great Britain. It is the turn of Georgina Hurling and Cooley Now or Never. Georgina Hurling, Cooley Now or Never, individual riders in the ring now for Great Britain. Cooley Now or Never, this 11-year-old. By Ava Banahan. Combination just outside the top 20 at Wellington, 3-star short in August. Jump double clear to finish 12th. Aston Lawal's 3-star short back in July. Into their extended walk next. Lovely over track in this extended walk. Good amount of purpose as well. Lovely positive transition up to canter. Now for this medium canter. Down the long side. Nice and bold with her transitions. Into the 10-meter circle down at A. Georgina, no stranger to these youth Europeans. She was a rider, part of that Pony European team back in 2017, where she picked up the gold medal individually with her stallion SF Detroit. Worked her way through the levels and now here at the Young Rider European Championship. Nice half pass to the left. Now into this latter stage of this 3-star test. Coming round to the trot half circle stretch. This is a really nice stretch, stretching nicely over the back, down and out. You see the horse's head taking the contact out, not tucking their head too far into their chest or behind the vertical. Well, a lovely finish there for Great Britain's Georgina Hurling. Cooley now or never. Our final rider of the day here in the FEI Eventing Young Rider European Championships. But there's been changes to the leaderboard as it stands, because a score is in for Ben, Phillip, Knack and Kokolares for Germany. An absolutely fantastic score. E 72.381, C 75%, M 70.238. So a total percentage score 72.58 means that Ben, Phillip, Knack and Kokolares will be in the lead as it stands with 27.50. Here's the rest of our leaderboard. Currently in second there, that early stellar test from Charlotte Bordas. And rounding out our top 18 so far, Wilman Island and Singer 45.8. Wasn't their day today in the dressage, but look out for them on the cross country because they will be absolutely stellar. So we also have a score coming in for Ava Banahan, Helene Crown Jewels at E 55%, C 57.857 and at M 61.42. 41.9 will be their final score from our first day of dressage. Thank you so much for joining me on day one of dressage here at the European Championship for Young Riders and Juniors in Montelibretti on FEI.tv. If you missed any of the action today, do go back on FEI.tv and rewatch some of the fantastic tests that we have had throughout the day, from the juniors right the way to the young riders. And don't forget to tune in. We've had 62 riders across the day and we'll be back again tomorrow with more. I believe we are due to start at 8 AM Central European Summertime, so do tune in, don't miss the action, because we have another day of dressage coming for you at the FEI European Eventing Championship for juniors and young riders in Montelibretti. Hope you have a lovely evening and I'll see you again tomorrow.
Di Ava Banahan and from Jewels.
Okay.
primo punto è quello di Georgina Hurling con Cooling Now and Never. Georgini, number 55.5, Cadmium C, number 51.5, Georgina, 147.5, total points 454.5, percentage 72 and 14, negative points 27